Police seized 3,000 pounds of illegal haddock in New Bedford. This is from the National Fisherman, and it was published on the 25th of June, 2024. Massachusetts Environmental Police seized more than 3,000 pounds of illegally harvested haddock from a New Bedford processing plant on Thursday in the first commercial-scale bust of the groundfish season. Acting Colonel Patrick Moran said he was on a routine foot patrol inspecting processing plants on the New Bedford waterfront when he discovered what appeared to be undersized fish in an assembly line ready to be filleted. He ordered the processing plant to temporarily cease operation as he measured the fish, determining about 3,000 of the 11,000 total pounds of haddock were under the legal limit of 16 inches. MEP said it is not releasing the names of the vessel that caught the illegal fish or the processing plant until charges are formally filed. But industry sources confirmed on Monday that the illegal fish was caught by the FV Fisherman, an 82-foot trawler based out of New Bedford and owned by MP Fishing Corporation. Business filings list Mario Rubio and Pedro Cuza, owners of the company. The name of the captain was not released. Moran said the illegal fish were offloaded late Wednesday night at a base seafood auction, after which it was sold to an unnamed processing plant. When you bring in undersized fish, you are taking away next year's legal fish, said Moran. It has a compounding effect on the health of the fishery. The groundfish industry is a far cry from New Bedford's very lucrative scallop industry. In 2012, regulators declared a federal fishery disaster for groundfish due to decades of overfishing and poor management. Year by year, quotas have been cut, and the industry has continued to contract. Haddock are among the most abundant and targeted of the 13 species referred to as groundfish. But last year, haddock quotas were cut 41%, a move that received significant pushback from the industry. Moran said the captain is facing criminal charges, but the fines are capped at $1,000, which he said significantly undervalues the environmental impact of landing undersized fish. It is unclear if the seafood auction or the processing plant will face similar charges. Unfortunately for some fishermen, a fine is the price for doing business. He added that the environmental police are spread thin, with only one officer officially assigned to monitor the port of New Bedford, the nation's top-earning commercial fishing port. I worry about how much we might be missing, he said. To say we aren't catching all the violations is an understatement. Moran said the fish is not going to go to waste. It will be donated to multiple groups in the area. Only $1,000. That seems unbelievably low. It takes a lot of people to make something like this happen. You got to have somebody stupid enough to land the fish, undersized, or caught outside the quota, in this case undersized. And then you got to have, in this case, an auction house and a buyer. That's a lot of people involved. Would make you think that this is not a one-time thing, that's for sure. I always feel bad for the fishermen. It's a tough way to make a living, and quotas seem to get smaller every year in just about every fishery, and the expenses keep going up. It's a hard way to make a living. It's a hard way to keep a small business in business. I understand that. But catching next year's fish now, it ain't going to make it any better for next year, that's for sure. But if you look at this fish, they plan to give this away. This fish looks like it's been sitting on ice for weeks, at least 2 weeks. That don't look fit to eat. I wouldn't feed that to my cat. But maybe this is not the fish in question. I don't know, but that fish looks old, old, old.